Round 8 of our WAFL season saw the Eagles venture into Bulldog territory as West Coast sought to create an upset against the reigning premiers. Unfortunately, however, we'll need to look towards our next fixture for that elusive first win, as South Fremantle's bite proved just as dangerous as their bark, to the tune of a 66-point win. Welcome back to the WAFL Show. Hamish is back at the desk this week, but another tough opponent in tough conditions, Hamish.
Yeah, Jared, good to be back. Similar circumstances as the last couple of weeks. Yeah, another disappointing loss. I mean, we lost by 66 points, but it was the second quarter that really did it for us. We found over the last sort of month and a bit that we're stringing together more consistent football over long periods of time, but just haven't been able to put together 4 quarters. So, second quarter they kicked 7 goals to our 1 point, which pretty much put us out of the game and chasing tail from then on. But some positive things to look on, but definitely something we need to address.
Now, one player that would have helped us in the back line was Ben Fitzgerald, but unfortunately we lost him in the warm-up. Tell us a bit about that. What does he do to our structures? Do we have to change anything around for that?
Yeah, so Fitzy was a laid out. He hurt his hamstring in the warm-up, and I think to his credit, he put his hand up and said, I'm probably not going to be able to play. In the last few weeks, we've had injuries in the first half that have cost us numbers on the bench going forward, so well done to him, credit to him for sort of stepping out. Kupinichki came in, but we had to put Cal Jamison down back, which was actually a revelation. He played some really good footy down there, was able to drop off, reads the footy really well, so adds another string to his bow. But yeah, so we just shuffled a few magnets around, but it worked out in the end. And
one of the new players to the team this week, Garlitt, pulled on the wings for us. What does he bring to the team for us, Hamish? Because he's not new to the AFL experience.
No, he's a very good player, Jared. Got drafted in 2014, I think pick 15, definitely a first rounder. He's played 30 AFL games at Gold Coast and Carlton, which is 29 more than our WAFL list combined. So he brings some really good experience and knowledge of the game. He's got a young family, he's got a couple of kids that he's really looking forward to playing in front of. I don't think his kids have watched him play football before, so that's really big for him. He's a proud young fella, but he brings some really good experience and a lot of talent up forward, which is what we need.
And up forward, he was one of the 6 goal scorers for us on the day, when the only player getting multiple goals actually was Hamish yourself.
Thank you.
Besides Garlitt, other goal kickers were Zach Langdon, Braden Ainsworth, Lennon Marlin, Kupinichki, Joey Deegan and Liam Robilliard. On the disposal side of things, Xavier O'Neill continues to keep his hand raised for AFL selection with the best on-ground performance. He had 24 touches, 6 tackles and 10 inside 50s. Mark Hutchins continued to find the footy with 21 touches. And Zane True, he's developing really nicely at the moment. 20 touches, probably his best game for the season. Even helped set up your second goal, Hamish.
You did, thank you very much, Truey. A little Joe the Goose out the back, never goes astray. I'll remember that one. But no, he's played 6 WAFL League games, Truey. He's only 19 years old, puts a lot of pressure around the footy, and he's developing really nicely. I mean, he's definitely going to be a good player, one to watch, I think. But just the way his contest, he tackles really, really hard, and he works so hard off the footy. So for a bloke, a 19-year-old who's only played 6 games, I can only see his career going upwards. But yes, a lot of very good midfield performances, and with an injury up at AFL level with Tim, I think there'll be some hands raised for selection this week.
And speaking of the midfield, you've got another player you'd like to talk about, Hamish. Normally it's captain's calls time, but I think we're going to go straight to drop the hammer.
We will go straight to drop the hammer this week. I'd just like to mention the efforts of Nathan Vardy. He's obviously a premiership quality ruckman, really, really dominant when he comes back to WAFL level. We went up against Brock Higgins this week, who's been a mainstay ruckman of the WAFL comp for a long time, and he really nullified his influence on the game, and Nath was really good. Gives our midfielders first use. When he goes forward, he's really dangerous. He's always a player that they've got to watch. So when we do love him back at WAFL level, gives our mids a really good crack at the footy, and he played a really good game. So thank you very much, Nathan.
And with Oscar unfortunately suffering from concussion, there could be an AFL selection coming up this week. We'll have to see. Team selection is going to be very interesting. As for the WAFL Eagles though, we'll be heading to Revo Fitness Stadium to take on the Tigers, who are sharing top spot right now with Subiaco, so they're doing very well. Bounce downs at 12-10, and Hamish, what should we be looking out for with those guys?
Yeah, Claremont are a very, very solid team. Obviously, they're playing some really good footy this year. They've got some guys that can use the ball really well and get a lot of it. So Jai Bolton, Lockie Martinez, these sort of guys rack up the footy and are very dangerous. So they'll be guys we have to look out for. I think just for us, though, it's a 4-quarter performance if we can string that together. I mean, the last few weeks we've been building and building. On the weekend, it was the second quarter that let us down. If we can string 4 quarters, we might not win every game, but we'll certainly be competitive, and that's what our system is sort of based around, just contest and working hard. So hopefully 4 quarters this weekend will have us right in the game.
Can't wait to see how this one plays out.